Financially, how is the NFL equipped compared to the other sports to handle what is going on and what may or may not happen in the stands?
Better than other sports because other sports have a higher percentage of gross revenues tied to ticket sales than the NFL. Back in the day, when I started with the Packers, 1999, ticket sales were almost a 40 to 50% part of gross revenues. That has been dwarfed by these explosive contracts with national media. So now national media dwarfs local ticket revenues. So best guess, Burke, ticket sales is maybe 15 to 20% of total revenues. So if that goes away, then you can calculate accordingly. But then there's other game day things such as merchandise, such as parking, concessions, sponsor activations that could add another 5 to 10%. So it will have an effect, but clearly they're not as dependent on ticket sales as baseball, basketball, hockey, because those sports don't have the national media.
In the smallest market in the NFL, Green Bay, they estimate anywhere from $12 to $15 million per home weekend influx to the local economy. Is Green Bay equipped and prepared to deal with it as opposed to the big cities?
I worry about that. It's almost like a college town that has 8 home dates a year, and they don't get the revenue from that because of this extraordinary pandemic circumstance. I think the NFL and the Packers people will need to be and will be innovative in terms of how they can generate revenues for game day. Obviously, watching it from outside the stadium is not the same, but it's almost like being there. So by the time we get there, we'll see what happens. But I think we're not going to have 0 fans in the stands. We're not going to have a full stadium at Lambeau, but something could be done. The NFL is so lucky right now because they can wait and watch baseball, basketball, hockey, assume they all come back, assuming they do, in the 3 T's, right? Testing, treatment, and tracing. Can you get those 3 T's together where you can actually conduct business? And if that's all resolved, then we're not talking maybe about 10 to 15,000 fans. Probably still not talking about full stadiums, but we're talking about a much, much more palatable number, not only, as you said, not only for the stadium, but for the local economy.